that hunter's just doing crazy amounts of DPS to the downed player. Another thing is shooting tongues. You can shoot smoker tongues, believe it or not. You can hit their actual tongue and it'll break. So if you see that someone's getting pulled and that smoker's out of your line of sight, you should be shooting the tongue. Even if somebody's being dragged on the ground, you could shoot the tongue and it'll break it. You could shoot tongues from smokers that are trying to get you. Actually, you can turn around and shoot the tongues or shoot the smokers and self-save, as I like to call it. You can't shove chargers, but you can melee them, which is very effective with weaponry. Like axes, I think, is one hit for a charger, or crowbars are one hit as well, I think. So you can't melee chargers. You can't shove them. You can shoot them, but it takes quite a lot of shots. And a lot of people will run up to them and they'll right click, and nothing's happening. Make sure you just hit Q and switch out for your quick melee weapon and just chop them down. That's also very effective. So how do you know which special infected you need to clear first? This is very important to know because every infected does different amounts of damage per second. And if you don't clear the right ones first, you are going to have more down teammates. Or you will have a teammate who will die in a matter of seconds. There's a very good video that Whammo did recently of his attack breakdown where we pull a team into a witch and he pounces the guy who's downed with a ton of horde on him and a witch, and the guy dies in about 2 or 3 seconds of just hunter DPS plus witch DPS plus infected DPS, and it's just an awesome sight to see. I recommend it. I'll probably link it to this video. But here's the breakdown. The first thing you need to clear is a witch. If you see a witch and she's standing over your teammate and she's clawing him, you need to clear the witch immediately because a witch will kill a player in a matter of seconds. The next thing you have to clear is a hunter. A hunter is the most damaging special infected if he's got somebody down, because he can kill somebody also in about 15 to 20 seconds without any assistance. A charger will do just about as much damage. He does maybe about 30 or 40 seconds he can kill a player in. The next one you have to worry about is if a survivor is down by himself and he's boomed, because that will attract about 10 or 15 horde on him, which will do about 2 or 3 damage a second, and you'll be killed in no time. Followed by jockeys, which are pretty slow but dangerous because they increase the distance between the down survivor and the rest of the survivor team. So actually it kind of increases their DPS because it takes longer for the survivor to run up and revive them or to kill the jockey. And finally is the smokers, which is the slowest DPS. The only reason the smokers are really dangerous is because of their arranged infected. They can pop out of a window and smoke you, and you're screwed. So luckily they don't do a whole lot of damage. But again, if there's a bunch of if there's a bunch of horde by them and they see that the guy's being pulled, they'll run over and start whacking him and hitting him, and that's it. Like, that guy's as good as dead unless you clear him quickly. So anyone that is downed or incapacitated and is bleeding out and has more than 3 horde on them needs to be cleared as soon as possible, because if that horde, he keeps hitting him and the guy can't shoot back and can't kill the horde, he will go down pretty quickly. The trick to recovering from incaps is to stay calm. It's to analyze the situation, make sure that you're making the right calls. It's important not to panic and just clear away the remaining special infected after everyone's been downed. Clear the horde, block any spawns while your teammates raise the guys that are down. Heal up and continue working. So dealing with incaps kind of takes a bit of practice, but just remember that you need to clear as soon as you can, shove off infected if you can, special infected that is, and shoot if you're far away. Shoot tongues, melee your chargers, and make sure you clear the highest DPS infected first. Let's take a look. Here I'm going to show you some videos where we get attacked pretty heavily and manage to recover quite nicely. So let's take a look. This is the first level of Dark Carnival. And there's a pretty nasty charge that happens to Hishnik here, and he goes down immediately. So this is obviously a pretty bad scenario, considering that I then get boomed. I try to take a shot to get him up quickly, but the horde has him completely surrounded, and they're beating up on him. He's already at half health, so the whole team runs back here, and Whammo shoots a shot, and he ends up getting Hishnik up while the rest of us clear and kill the horde around him. So we just remained calm, and everybody came in to help, which was the crucial thing. If they wouldn't have come to help, I think he would have been dead by the time they got to him. Here's a pretty interesting attack for No Mercy after the drop. I think Whammo tries to go for the crown here, but there's a misfire or something, and he misses it. Let's see. Yeah, there he goes. The witch goes after him, and he gets downed. and then we all kind of get attacked. You know, I get charged there. We have a hunter running around, and we get boomed. The witch is still up, so as you see, I cleared the witch first. The hunter is off there, and now the rest of the team has to try to clear the horde. And then we have a spitter coming in, scratching. He's still in spit, and he's at about what looks like 20 health, and he's just taking loads of damage. But see, we remain calm. We get him up, and you know, he lives through it.
I'm going up.
This ladder I hate in No Mercy 3. It's almost a wipe point. It's such an easy place to kill the entire team. We managed to make it up, but everyone's low health, no med kits, no health, no pills, no anything. And there's a witch up front, which gets which looks like she's about to aggro. Everyone runs off, and I get jocked and pounced. And everyone's far away, and at this point this hunter should be able to kill me because they're just so far out and everyone's slow and there's so much horde on the map. But you know, luckily I was green health. So Hishnik clears me, but then he himself gets pulled towards the witch. As you can see, Hunter's helping, or Whammo's helping to get Hunter up there. And so now they have a jock running around. They have one guy down. You know, I'm lying there waiting for them, but they're remaining calm. They're blocking spawns. You see Whammo's moving around there trying to prevent spawns from happening. And he hobbles over to me to try to get me up. The guys up front are also just making sure that nothing spawns in. And you know, that charger tried to roll an attack, but it was a little late. Probably should have saved it. But yeah, the trick is to remain calm, is to play smart, and just don't panic. Clear the most damaging infected first, and you know, you'll do fine. A good recovery is really demoralizing to the infected, and it makes them feel like they're not, you know, there's nothing they can do to stop you, which is kind of the idea. So, you know, keep practicing and just stay calm, and remember to lift up your teammates. One of the most important things for beginners is to play with your friends, and this is, I think, one of the best parts of Left 4 Dead 2. It's everyone should do it. I guarantee you that you will play 100% better if you play with people that you know and that you played with before, and you'll just have more fun doing it. You will rage less. Your team chemistry will help develop your skill because everybody will know what to do. Everyone knows what they're good at. Everybody kind of works together, and there's a lot. It's just a lot more fun, and everyone enjoys it. And you play better when you're having fun. It's a fact. Out of about 40 of my Steam friends that play Left 4 Dead 2 with me, only 2 of them are my real-life friends, and the rest I met all in game. You know, people like Whammo and Webb and Hollywood and Jester, all these, like, countless other people I met just from playing the game, you know, being nice and having a good time. After great games, I like to add teammates or even opponents who I thought were really, really good, who I thought were nice, and, you know, and who I can maybe call on in a pinch, or if our team needs like a fourth. Get in the habit of inviting people into games, or invite people who you've played games with, or just, you know, start calling them into your, you know, vent server or your TeamSpeak channel or something, and just start getting to know them. You know, ignore people who call it pub stomping, who say this is, you know, why don't you like pug it, you know, go random. This game is a cooperative game, and it's meant to be played with friends. And if it was up to me, all of the games that I would play would be friend-only games. Well, I'd say that about wraps it up for the first basic Survivor video. I hope you guys had fun watching this. It was an absolute nightmare for me to make it because there's just so much content that I have to try to fit in here. I can't believe I'm going to make, you know, at least 5 more of these things. So yeah, just remember to add me on YouTube or subscribe, and you can add me on Steam if you want to play some games. This is Topmost saying good luck, have fun, and don't rage.